and touch the burbling of water against hull.
Okay, so I hope you all actually listened also to the instructions and were not just watching the animation. Am I right? Yeah? Okay. All right. Yes, Ahmad and Safiya, I need the video on, and whoever is the host, please can you just make me the host as well? Okay, so Safiya is in it. It's Muslim. All right. Thank you, Muslim. Oh my God, that's a scary host out there. Okay. Ahmed, any issues with your camera? I need the camera on. Okay. Today we're going to do, yes, go on, Ahmed. Okay. Anyways, last time we did about genre, and yes, y'all were great with it. The way you presented your favorite genre, great doing. I'm very happy. Start paying attention even to what videos I'll be showing, because this is going to help you for your final exams, all right? And it's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy the exams, guys. Really, really love. This is something is going to be like wow, and you guys will be sweating out. So yes, time to get even. बहुत full year, y'all really troubled me. So now this is, my payback time, guys. Okay. So we're going to start with a poem today, guys. And I've put it on your Google Classroom. So if you could access your Google Classroom, all of you, please. Okay. Can everybody see that? Yusuf, you've joined the Google Classroom, Yusuf?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right. So I'm sure you all have that in front of you, the poem. And what's the name of the poem? Okay, who's going to read it for me? Come on. Who's going to read it for me? I love it, Nobody is ready to volunteer. This is so great, right? If I ask this in, say, Mandela or Wright or Curie and everybody's like, ma'am, you gave that person chance. Over here, it's like, I have to do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, so why don't we ask Yusuf? Yusuf, could you do the reading of the poem, please?
Ma'am, I'm not getting it. I'm finding.
Okay, no worries. You go in Google Classroom, you go in Lit Circle. Okay, and in Lit Circle, there's just a new assignment, or maybe in your to-do list also it should come, right? Am I right, guys? In your to-do list also it would come. Hello, Safiya. Did you get the poem? Yes, Uzair, are you there? If you are, then I need the video on. Okay, then I should ask Safiya, why don't you read the poem? Yusuf, if you don't get it, please personally message me. Okay, Safiya, you're still searching for it? Okay, unmute yourself and just read it for me, please.
And the poem name is The Road Not Taken, right?
Yeah, The Road Less Taken by
Robert Frost.
Yes. Thank you, Mudabbir. That was really kind of you to post it on the chat. Yeah, that was really, really kind of you. Okay, Yusuf, could you read it from the chat, please? However, I want you to learn the Google
Yes.
Classroom as well. Go on.
By Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And we one traveler, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had borne them nearly about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves, not no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diver- two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Okay, so thank you for reading, Yusuf. That was good. Okay, so guys, what is this poem all about? Hello, Muhammad Alim. How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Good. Okay, thank you so much. All right. Yes, come on, guys. What do you think this poem is all about? And don't tell me Google Map, please. Yeah, I know it's not Google Map wherein you have two roads and you have to decide. Okay, this takes you better and faster, and there's lots of traffic or lesser traffic. So no, it is not about Google Map. What do you think this poem is about? When you read it, what was your first impression? Okay, now I want everybody's hands off here, console, no touching your keyboard, nothing doing. So yes, yeah. Okay. Now there I go again, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yes, Farhana, what do you think this poem is all about? It's not about Google Maps, like I said. Okay. Yes, Safiya, you want to say something? Mm-hmm. Right. Muslim, what do you think the poem is all about? Thank you, Zair, and welcome back.
Ma'am, it's about a traveler who is choosing which road should he take.
Okay. So, okay, it's about a traveler who's choosing the road he has to take. Mudabbir, go on. Mudabbir, you're my only hope, please. So, yes, go on.
It is about, I also think that it is about a traveler.
Okay, it's about the traveler. Yes, Saklin, Yusuf, Ahmad. Ahmad, go on, put in the chat. Ali, what do you think this poem is all about? What do you think, guys? Come on.
I'm a traveler getting confused.
About, sorry, Saklin?
I'm a traveler getting confused.
A traveler getting confused. So again, it's like, we're talking about Google Maps. Guys, a hint, it's not about Google Maps. It's not about, yeah, okay. If I say a traveler, okay, I'm getting confused. I'll go with yours. Yes, Farhana?
Ma'am, it's a person that has chosen this path in life. Like there are two paths they have to choose.
Okay, okay. So, well, you know what? I guess she's one of those fourth and fifth gears in the car. So when somebody else starts the car and goes from one first gear to the second gear, and they pick up the momentum, and then it clicks to Farhana, oh, okay, this could be it, right? So when Mozam, Muddabir and Sakleen added on to it, and that is the time it clicked for Farhana. So anyways, thank you, Mozam, for going ahead. Yes, you guys are right in your way. Okay, I wouldn't say no to whatever you said, all of yours. See, in the poem, the Road Not Taken, it's written by Robert Frost, okay? And the road over here symbolizes our life, okay? Now, the poet says that the path that we don't choose in our life is the road not taken, okay? You always have choices in life. So either you choose one thing or the other, right? Now, he describes his feelings, okay? In this poem, he describes his feelings about that choice that he left in the past. He did not take that road. He did not choose that particular thing in his life. Okay. The path which we have chosen. Okay. Like I said, you always have choices. Okay. And you decide what you choose. It might be depending on the circumstances, upon the family, upon about what your future, your vision is. Okay. You decide what you're choosing. Okay. So the path which we have chosen decides our future, our destination. The important message that the poet wants to give is that the choice that we make has an impact on our future. Remember, guys, the choice that we make has an impact on our future. And if we make a wrong choice, we regret it. We will definitely regret it, but we cannot go back. Okay? So we must be wise while making choices. Okay. Now, going to the first stanza. When I say stanza, what do I mean by stanza?
First paragraph.
Okay, first paragraph. Excellent. See, in prose, you usually say paragraph, but in poem, it's called stanza. So when the lines are clubbed together, okay, to form a paragraph, it's a stanza. Okay. Now, can I have first stanza read by Sakleen? Just the first stanza.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And the one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as fast as I could, to where it went in the undergrowth.
Okay, fantastic. Okay. Now tell me one thing. When I say diverge, okay, what is the meaning of diverge? Diversion ahead. Guys, come on. You guys are like, as if घर की चार दीवारियों में बैठे रहते हो. You don't go out anywhere. You've not seen the world or nothing. It's just that you've been always enclosed in this,
I'm mixed.
Okay.
I was
Sophia,
thinking
okay. Yes, anybody else? You
Going in
read it.
different directions.
Okay, thank you, Buddha. Yes, Farhana, now you want to say something because your friends added on? Yeah? No? Okay. Anybody else? Okay, so yes, diverge is separated or take a different direction. Okay. When I say yellow wood, what do I mean by yellow wood? Please don't say pila. What do you call wood in Hindi? Pila lakada. Please don't say that, guys. Okay. So yellow wood means what? I know, Sophia. It's so hilarious, right? Others I'll get, definitions like that. Okay, what do I mean by yellow wood? Same thing, guys. Green, brown, yellow. Think about it. Phases.
the trees that have yellow leaves.
Yes, and when will the trees have yellow leaves? When will the trees have yellow leaves?
Fall.
Thank you. Paul. Yes, Akhilin, you were saying something. Go on. When you don't look after that tree, right? You don't give fertilizers and water to that tree. Yeah? No. Yeah, go on, Akhilin. Tell me.
I was saying about the season.
Okay, the same thing. Okay, so when there's an autumn, okay, or you could say where the leaves are decomposing, okay, so that is the time you're talking about. Here you're talking seasonal thing, as in yellow leaves. That means there are lots and lots of leaves out there, okay, and they are yellow in color. The only reason is because of the autumn or the fall, and they are decomposing also. Okay. Right. Okay. I think undergrowth, rest all words are okay for you. Now, in this stanza, what do you understand from this stanza? Okay, I've given you an introduction, guys. So now no more like, I don't want those answers wherein we have, what's that? Google match. Okay. So what do you think is being said by the poet in the first stanza? Okay. 1 minute. Before we start that, undergrowth out here. What do you think would be undergrowth out here? We've all seen enough documentaries or enough action because you all like action movies and adventure movies. We've seen enough of that to know what is yellow, that is decomposing, all the leaves are falling down, okay, autumn, and undergrowth. So when I say undergrowth, what do I mean by that? Undergrowth. Here I'm talking about a forest or tree. Thank you, Mutabbir. Dense, exactly. Dense. So like it's an exact opposite of the yellow wood, and yellow wood and undergrowth would be exact opposite. So undergrowth is wherein it is very dense, okay, the growth of plants and bushes, lots and lots of it. Got it, guys? Okay. Now tell me, see, I've given you all a hint, okay. Now tell me, what does the poet mean by the first stanza?
Ma'am, I guess that the poet is in this stanza. He means that um, I had like two options, but I could not travel both. He could not take the both the options, and maybe the one I would fall like leaves falling from the tree, or else I'll succeed with like maybe.
Good going, Safiya, good going. Yes, anybody else wants to add on to it? I would like you all to concentrate a bit on yellowwood, long I stood, and undergrowth. These are the keywords for your first stanza. Go on. Yes, anybody? Yusuf, you would like to add on to something?
Ma'am, the traveler was thinking which way
Right.
I should go. There were two.
Okay. Good going. Okay. Now, once the poet was walking down the road, okay, and there was a diversion. We both know which two diversions were there, okay. You had your yellow wood and you had your undergrowth, okay. Now, there were two different paths, and he had to choose one out of them, okay. The poet says that he was one person. He could travel on only one road. See, because there's a diversion, and when you have a diversion, either you take this road or you take this road. Okay, you cannot say like, okay, you cannot take both the roads, right? Because it's not even parallel, it's a complete diversion. It's a different road. Okay, so now we have to choose. Yes, Safiya.
he can go up on the first road and then again come down and then again go on the second road.
You have wasted that much of time, Safina, right? Imagine if it takes you to go that road, like, and see here the road is not just a walking road, it's the life choices you make. Okay, so now suppose if you decide that, like, you want to go into, say, being a cyber, that's what a Muslim, right? Video games. Okay, he starts his career in video games, and after that he realizes, no, I didn't want to go into video games. I wanted to go into literature, arts, which I know, no, painting, right? Arts, which I know he wouldn't. But imagine he has to undo all those years in his life and then go into arts again. So remember, it will waste time. Your resources are being wasted. Okay. So here, what happens is he has to choose from one of the roads. Okay. Now, yellow wood, like you all said, it's leaf falling, wearing out and falling. But here, okay, the metaphor is given with the yellow wood. The metaphor is it represents a world which is full of people. Okay, but people have been living for many years. That means this particular road has been traveled by many people. Okay, and when you talk about yellow leaves and yellow wood here, that means these people are older than the poet. Got it, guys? See, even when you have gone for trekking and hiking and all, you always see the road which is taken is always worn out, it's always worn out. And the road which is not taken is always bushy and there's dense growth of plants. Okay. So here when I'm talking about yellow wood, it's like it's talking about people who have taken this road. Okay. You have to understand the metaphor, guys. People have taken this road and it's been frequently used. Right? And these people, because it says yellow wood, I'm connecting it with like these people are older than the poet. Okay. Now, when I say, and be one traveler long I stood. Okay. So when I say long I stood, the poet is standing there looking at the path very carefully. Okay. Because before taking the path, he wanted to know how it was. Was it suitable for him or no? Okay. So he cannot see till the end. He was only able to see the path till from where it curves. Okay. After that, you cannot see it. Okay. And this is what happens in our life also. What happens in our life is like when we have choices, when we have alternatives, okay, but we have to choose only one out of them. And because we have to choose only one out of them, what do? We think, we weigh the pros and the cons, whether it is suitable for us or not, and then we take a decision, right? Because we can't see the future. Maybe the immediate future, you can get an idea, but the future down the line, we don't know. So always make sure that you think, you consider, and then you take your decision. Okay. Yes, Mudaffar, the second stanza, please. And by the way, the undergrowth one, that part was the road which was not very frequently taken by people. Go on, Mudaffar, the second stanza, please.
Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better gain, because it was grassy and haunted there. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same.
Okay, so in this stanza, okay, the poet has mentioned about the choice he has taken of which path, okay? So which path do you think he's chosen? You could read that stanza again and you might understand. Which path do you think he has chosen? Yes, Ahmad, go on. I'm talking the second stanza, okay? So which path do you think he has chosen, guys? Okay, I'll make it so simple for you. How many of y'all think he chose? Yes, Ahmed?
He took the new path, the one that has not been used before.
Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you. And why What made you realize that in the stanza? What is the giveaway in the second stanza? He chose the path of the undergrowth.
Because it was grassy.
Exactly, the third line in the second stanza, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Okay, so wear means पहनने का नहीं, wear means घिस जाने का. Okay, just like wear and tear you have is that kind of wear. It's not that you wear your clothes or your jacket kind of wear. Okay, so here when I said because it was grassy and wanted wear, that means it is an unused part. Right? Not the yellow wood wherein the people have been frequenting it, but here it is unused path which has been really gone. Okay. Now, I'll ask you some words and explain it to me. What do you mean by that? Fair, just as fair. So, guys, please do not tell me fair and lovely and fairness queens and all that. Please. When I say fair out here, what do I mean by fair? Then took the other just as fair. So, what do I mean by that? It was a fair game.
A just game, a clear.
Okay, so when I say fair out here, I will say just, right? So when I say just out here, that means as good as the other one. So both the roads were equally good because you couldn't see the future ahead. Okay. Now, okay. Over here in this stanza, okay, the poet kept on looking at one path for a long time to check if it is the right path for him. Okay. And then he decided and started walking on another path because he felt that both the paths were equally good. Okay. According to him, see, your first line says, then took the other just as fair. So your fair means as good as the other one. So according to him, he waited and he thought both the paths are equally good, the yellow wood or the undergrowth. Okay. He says fair, so that he felt that both the paths were equally good and started walking on one of them. Right? Which is that you'll come to know which one that was in your third line. Okay. He said that maybe he felt that the path was better for him, the undergrowth path, okay, which was unused. Not many people walked over there, right? And that is the reason he wanted to go to that path. Right? After he walked on the path for some distance, he realized that both paths had been worn out the same way. Both paths were similar and worn out. Even in our life, okay, we take any path or option, but all of them have some benefits, some disadvantages, some problems, some challenges, some are good. They have their own pros, they have their own cons, but we must face them. Okay. We think that we are choosing a better option, but it is not necessary that we are choosing a better option. So it is very, very important that you weigh it before you go ahead. Okay. All right. Now coming to the third stanza. Okay. So, okay, we've had Sakleen Muddabe. Sophia, could you read the third stanza, please?
Yes. What that morning, equally late, in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on the way. I doubted if I should ever come back.
Okay. Now, what do you think the poet is saying out here? What is Robert Frost saying out here?
I guess when he went on the other part, it was full of leaves and it was black in color.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first part which he chose, he kept it for that yellow thing. He kept it for some other time that I
Mm-hmm.
will on some other time, and
Right.
and but he knew how will he come back, but
Okay.
this part he does not know that if he'll come back alive or not.
Okay. So now, if this
He
was
does
like
not know
a
what will happen.
true, very very true. You don't know what is going to happen. So if this was a metaphor of my real life, you've taken a choice. Okay. So how can I connect this third stanza, okay, with what the poet is saying, with your real life? How can you connect it with the choice that you've taken? You've already decided to go on a path, okay. So how this third stanza works out in real life for you? Tell me. How does it work out in real life for you? And both that morning equally lay in
And
leaves
you don't know
most
what
have had
path you're
trodden blood.
taking.
Okay, go on.
And you don't know what path you're taking, and you don't know if it's that path which you took is right or wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and what will happen to you, you don't know.
Thank you, Sophia.
You just choose
Brilliant.
it.
Absolutely
Like,
perfect. Absolutely perfect. He says the next morning, okay, that morning both the paths were same. Okay. Both had leaves on them. Okay. Now, okay. And they were fresh. Okay. Now he decided that day he would take one path and keep the other path for another day. Even though he knew, okay, even though he knew which was not possible, he knew that he could not go back on the choice that he made, right? Whatever choices we make in life, okay, that's it. We have to move ahead, okay? Once you choose an option, keep on moving ahead with that option, okay? Because you never get a chance to come back and take the other option that you have left earlier. Down the line you can choose something else, but it is not possible that you could rewind, okay, right? You could rewind and come back to that particular point of time, unless you have time stone, right? So you can take it from Thanos back and you can just rewind and go back in time, but still, if whatever choice you've taken, it's only up till there. Further down the line, yes, you can decide something else, but you will not be able to return back to it. Okay. And now we end with the last one. Yes, Farhana, please could you read the last one?
I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Okay. So what is he saying now? What is Robert Frost saying now, guys?
I'm just telling that he took a way where nobody else traveled before.
Perfect, Saklin. Perfect. Thank you so much. Yes. Please add on more to what he said. What he says is yes. The correct starting is yes. You know, here he's saying that in future, okay, when I say somewhere ages and ages hence, that means, when he's really grow older, okay, and that time he will say with a sigh. Sigh means taking a deep breath, okay. So somewhere ages and ages hence over here, it means in the
he's going
future.
to tell this to his grandchildren.
Yeah, probably, or people around, or maybe he would come to your class and give you a session, right? So he will take a deep breath, okay, sigh, and then he'll say, once upon a time, he had reached such a point in life that there were two options for him. And, like Saklin said, he traveled on road which had been traveled upon by lesser number of people. And that decision decided his future. See, whatever decision you make, small, big, it's add-ons to your future, to the course of action. So similarly, in future, okay, when you grow up, okay, you all are grown up, okay, but then if you grow up more in age, then you will say that once upon a time, when you were young, okay, Tagore, this is for you, that you were going to tell, you know, maybe to the other Curies and Newtons, and maybe you might take guest, you might be the guest speaker in our Tagore sessions in the future, okay, when everybody is well settled in life and everything, okay. When you were young, okay, you had two options. Okay, I can imagine Mozam, Madabbir, Yusuf, Ahmad, Farhana, Safiya, Claim, you all saying this, that you had two options. The choice that you made you become what you are right now. Okay, so this is a very strong message for all of you. You should be wise and you should be careful while making choices of all the options that you are getting in life, because your future definitely depends on the choices that you made today. Got it, guys? And see, no regrets. Whatever you've chosen, go ahead with it. Okay. You might feel that, oh, that was a better option down the line. You might feel that, but forget it. You've decided this. This is your destiny. Go ahead with it. Okay. So now, when you read this poem and you understood, my question to you is, what do you think is the theme of the poem? We see the literary devices used in the poem. So what is the theme of the poem, guys? Tell me. What do you think is the theme of the poem?
Ma'am, I think it is trying to
Yes?
say try something different.
Okay, excellent. Yes, so the theme would be try something different. What else? Come on, others. I want an answer from all of you. Thank you, Saklain. What is the theme? I want to know the theme, I want to know the tone, and I want to know the rhyme. Okay. Come on, guys, what's the theme of the poem? I've explained so much to you guys. What do you think is the theme?
Doing something different.
Okay, doing something different about the choices in the life, okay, about the choices that you have, right? Okay, that would be the theme. What is the tone? What is the tone? Is it sad? It is happy? It is reflective? It is comedy? Don't tell me adventure. I'm going to personally come and, you know, really ask you guys. So what is the tone of the poem? Like, you know, kind of flashback, kind of reflective when you're thinking about, you know. So what is the tone?
Solitary road.
Okay. Solitary. Okay, excellent. What else? Can I say reflective? Because here he's talking about his past, about how there were two choices and how it has affected him. So could I say the tone is reflective? Yes or no, guys? Yes, Saklain, Ahmad, Yusuf, what do you think? Is it reflective, the tone?
Reflecting life.
As in very thinking back. What do you mean by reflect?
Just letting
Pondering.
the,
Pondering, thinking. Yeah? Is it thinking, advisory? What kind of tone do you think is there to this poem? Yes, Mozam, come on.
Ma'am, the poet is thinking about the paths.
Okay. So maybe reflective or thinking or pondering type? Okay, great. Right. Now, what do you think is the rhyming pattern of the poem? Okay, do you think is the rhyming pattern of the poem? Just take the first stanza. Two roads diverge in the yellow wood. So when you're rhyming is usually the last word you see. So what do you think is the rhyming pattern? The first one is what? Wood. And the wood is rhyming with which word in the stanza?
Stood.
Oh, thank you. I was expecting that. Okay. Okay. And is it rhyming with any more words?
Food.
Thank you. Thank you. Good. All right. Okay. So now I have both and growth. Do you think these two rhyme, guys?
Yes.
So both and growth. Can we have it in the second stanza also? First word is fair. Yes, Safiya, go on, tell me, I'm listening.
Undergrowth. You underline undergrowth. It should be only growth.
Yeah, but then it's a one word, so I have to select the entire word, okay? So when I say in the second stanza fair, so it's rhyming with what?
Where?
In the where, well done, and then there, thank you. And what about the claim? It's rhyming with?
Safe.
Thank you. I like this. You know, I think you all should go in queries because this is something you all are answering so well. So we can join you all in queries. Okay. So now I'm ending the session, guys. Okay, don't worry. Lay is what? I like lays, by the way. You know, especially the plain salted lays are like excellent. I love them. Okay. So sorry. Yeah. Coming back to your day and way. Okay. And with black, you have what? Black and back. Okay. So, all right. Anyways, I think you guys get the picture what I'm talking about. Same goes for the last one. Sai will rhyme with I and by and hence and different. Okay. So if you see the pattern out here, the first line, the third line, and the fourth line are rhyming. Okay. And the second and the last, that is the fifth line, are rhyming. Can you see that pattern? In all the stanzas, the first, third, and fourth line are rhyming, and the second and the fifth line. It's like those yo you have, right? This is a symbol of yo, I believe, right? So your first, second, no, second is not rhyming over here. No. That was for my limericks. I'm so sorry. Okay. Anyways, coming back over here, your first, third, and fourth line is rhyming, and your second and fifth. So whenever you talk about rhyming, you know, this is how you write it. If anybody asks you the rhyming sequence, okay, so this is the way you're going to say it. A, that is your first line, okay. It's not rhyming with my second line. So my second line will be B. Now my first line is rhyming with my third line. So again, I'll put an A. My fourth line is rhyming with my first line. So again, I'll put an A. And my last line, that's the fifth line, is rhyming with my second line. So I'll put a B. So my rhyming sequence is A, B, A, B. So looking at this, A, B. So looking at this, anybody will understand that the first, third, and fourth line are rhyming, and the second and the fifth are rhyming. Got it, everybody? Any confusion, guys, about this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, the rhyming sequence. So it's always the alphabets, you repeat them, so people will get an idea which are the rhyming lines in it and which are the non-rhyming. Got it? Yes, Umayma, I can see your thumbs up. I'm sure she also got it. So, okay, we have this poem, okay, and I'll give you an assignment related to this poem because you all were so interactive in the class that I had to give you an assignment. If you all had spoken less, I wouldn't have given you an assignment, guys, okay? So even I need to know how much you're taking back with you. So please check your Google Classroom. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Have fun. I'll see you tomorrow. And business studies, are you all working on your debate, guys? These all will be considered as your marks in the final exams. Okay, so prepare. You have 2 days time. Take care. Bye. Have fun, all of you.